voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please check it. All of you get my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible, guys? Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Please type in questions box, guys. Please confirm to me. All of you get my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Please everybody respond to me. All of you get my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Light up. ఏది అదే పెట్టేసి చూడు అవసరం ఉంటే పెడతాను ఇక్కడ పక్కన పెట్టేసి అదేంటి ఆ వైర్ పెట్టాలి ఏదో అది ఆ వైర్ లోపల పెట్టేసి వైర్ పెట్టి పక్కన పెట్టి దానికి పెట్టేసి రైట్ సార్. So daily classroom notes is available in this particular link. Try to take this link, everybody. So if you are not having link with you, then you can take that link from this particular this particular link here. Take this one, at least image you can take it. No, https://tinyurl.com/core java 430. In this link only the total daily classroom notes is available. Now try to take that image. All right. Then not immediately for the, if any of you are new members there, they try to install classroom app in our mobile phone. There it is asking classroom code. There enter this classroom code. Okay, later, not immediately. After the class we can do this, or else at the end of the class, if you stay 5 minutes of time, I'll give the directions to you how to install that app. Those who are completely new today, just you have to wait here. After the class, 5 minutes of time I will talk with you, so that I will complete all the formalities. I need to talk with you that just 5 minutes of time after the class. All right, now today just I want to start a simple topic. The topic name is language fundamentals. Language fundamentals is a topic name. Okay. Right, sir. Language fundamentals is a topic name. What is the purpose of this language fundamentals? What is the need of this language fundamentals? Here we have to understand the content clearly. All right, sir. Now just I'm asking one question to all of you. Try to answer for it, everybody. Simple question. For example, I want to construct a building. For example, I want to construct a building. What exactly the resources I required to construct a building? Now tell me, what resources we required to construct a building? All right. Then first of all, we required what? Some land. After that, cement. Next one is what? Sand. Next one is what? Water. And then after that, iron. Some manpower. Then apart from that, the proper plan. So and so on. So many resources we required to construct a building. Clear or not? My next question is very simple. Out of all these many resources, which resources are natural resources? Which resources are human created resources? Which resources are human made resources? Which resources are natural resources? That's my question. Say for example, bricks, if we take now, human created one, it is not natural. But if we take sand, natural resource, water, natural resource, the land, space, natural resource. Got it or not? So why I'm providing this type of division? Human made resources in the sense we can create it, but we are unable to create the natural resources. We are unable to create the natural resources. By default, that resources must be available for us. Then only we can call them as a natural resources. Who has provided all these natural resources? Actually, nature has provided all the natural resources. Am I right or not? Universe has given these natural resources. Like what? Water may be, land may be, cement may be, so not cement, sand may be. All these natural resources must be provided by the nature. So point is very clear. To construct a building, some of the features, some of the resources we are going to provide, but majority of the resources, 70 to 75% of the resources must be taken from the nature only. Similarly, if you want to prepare any application, if you want to design or prepare any application, we need some features, resources in the sense features in programming. Out of all these features, 70% of the features must be taken from the programming languages only. Programming languages must provide 70% of the default resources. The remaining 30% of the resources must be created by the developers. Understand it, all of you know. So here in this example, programming language is a nature. That programming language has to provide its inbuilt features to prepare the programs up to 70%. Remaining 30% of the features must be provided by the developers. Understand it clearly what I'm telling you. Right here in this particular context, 70% of the features which are provided by the programming languages are called building blocks. Are called as what? They're building blocks. These building blocks is also be called as this building blocks is also be called as language fundamentals. Everybody understand my point clearly? What I'm telling you, right? Now let's understand the point clearly. To prepare any application, we need some features, from the programming languages. Some features from the programming languages which are not provided by the developers. Even I'm able to say which are not possible for the developers to provide. which must be provided by the programming languages only. Here the programming languages, provided features are called building blocks, are called as what? Their building blocks are called as building blocks or language fundamentals. That's it. This is what exactly the meaning of like what their language fundamentals and building blocks to the programming, that means to the application development. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity up to now. Nothing is there. Then very simple. Just indirectly what I am telling there. Developers creation is not sufficient to prepare a particular application. Some support we required from the programming languages. That support is nothing but what they building blocks. They're also be called as what their language fundamentals. Got it or not? Fine. Leave this one. Next one is after that. Okay, building blocks of the programming or language fundamentals or language fundamentals. That's okay, fine. Leave it. Next one is after that, to prepare Java applications. Now we are in Java. Now we are in Java. To prepare Java applications, Java has provided the following fundamentals. What fundamentals Java has provided in this particular case? Now, observe carefully. Point number one. Everybody understand it? Point number one. Tokens. Number one, the language fundamentals. What exactly the language fundamentals which are provided by Java? First one is what are their tokens. Next one is what are their data types. After these data types, typecasting. After the typecasting, the next one is typecasting, Java statements. After the Java statement, arrays. What next one here? Arrays. So regarding these arrays, I may discuss about this arrays topic in the future before the collection framework, or at least here I'm able to give the basic information, very fundamental information about like what their arrays. I will discuss with you part of the language fundamentals, but effective concept of these arrays again we will discuss in the future just before the collection framework. But still I will discuss something about this arrays, basic information only. Okay, these are overall the fundamental units what we require to prepare Java applications. Come again, what is the point here I discussed with you clearly? To prepare any application, we need some features from the programming languages which are not provided by the developers. Here the programming languages provided features are called building blocks or language fundamentals. To prepare Java application, Java has provided the following fundamental units. What are the various fundamental units here? Tokens, data types, typecasting, Java statements, and the next one is what there? Arrays. Got it or not? Okay, fine. Out of all these things, now we have to start with what there? Tokens. The next one is what there? Tokens. Right, sir. We need to discuss something about these tokens. But more concentration, all of you know. What exactly the meaning of tokens? What you are understanding about these tokens? Clearly. Understand it clearly, all of you know. Before going to understand tokens, we need to understand a small point here, that is lexeme. First understand this lexeme. After that we will understand what is a token. What is lexeme actually? Observe carefully. An individual, yes sir, an individual logical unit in Java programming is called a lexeme. Come again, what is the definition I've given for lexeme here? An individual logical unit in Java programming. If we take any Java program, Inside the Java program, a logical individual unit is called as what there? A lexeme. Right. Next one is after that. What is the meaning of a token? Observe carefully. The collection of lexemes. The collection of lexemes under a particular group. Under a particular group is called token. Is called what there? A token. Collection of lexemes in a particular group. Collection of lexemes under a particular group is called as what there? Token. Here the group representation. What is it actually? Group. A particular group representation is called as what there? A token. All of you observe carefully. Here the group representation is called as what there? A token. Everybody put more concentration here what I am telling you. All right, sir. That's okay, fine. Example I want to take. What is lexeme? What is token? In an example, I want to show with you. Now try to understand it clearly. Before that, now tell me what is a lexeme now? An individual logical unit in programming is called a lexeme. The collection of lexemes under a particular group is called token. Okay, fine. Example here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. I'm going to take an expression in Java. Int a is equal to b plus c star d semicolon. This is my Java expression. Tell me, sir, what is this expression now? Int a is equal to b plus c star d. B plus c star d. This is my Java expression. Now here, first of all, I want to count the lexemes. How many number of lexemes are available inside this? I want to count. Let's see this int. What there? One lexeme is a logical unit, individual logical unit. A is one lexeme, is equal is one lexeme, B is one lexeme, plus is one lexeme, C is another lexeme, star is another lexeme, D is another lexeme, even including semicolon is another lexeme. Altogether, if you observe this, nearly 9 lexemes are available. Is it? Am I right or not? Overall, how many lexemes are available here in this case? No, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Overall, 9 lexemes are available. Is it? All of you get my points clearly or not? Overall, 9 lexemes are available. Okay, fine, clear. Up to now, it's okay, fine. But how many types of tokens are available? How many groups are available over these 9 lexemes here? No? If we come for these groups there, first of all, I'm telling to you data types. Data types. These are data type is what there int only. Get my point or not? Data types is what there only one int. Next one is after that A, B, C, D. All these are like what there variables. All these are like what there variables. What are the variables actually? A comma, B comma, C comma, D. All these are what there variables. After these variables, next one is what there equal plus star. All these are like what there operators. Another one is what there operators. What are these operators? No equal. Next one is what there after this plus. The next one is what there star. These are like what there operators. After these operators, next one is what there semicolon is remaining. What is that one? Semicolon. The semicolon is a special symbol. The category is what there special symbol. What is that category? Semicolon. Special symbol. This special symbol semicolon is also be called as terminator. Is also be called as what there terminator. Isn't it? All of you are getting my point clearly. Now tell me, what is my expression, sir? Now tell me, into A is equal to B plus C star D semicolon. These are like what there? This is an expression. Inside this expression, lexemes. How many lexemes are available here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Overall 9 lexemes. Out of these 9 lexemes, we are having some categorization. What is the categorization here? How many groups are available? Data types is one group, variables is another group, operators is another group, special symbols is what there, another group here. Here data types are what there, int is a data type. Variables are what there, A, B, C, D. Operators are what there, equal plus a star. Special symbol is what there, semicolon, special symbol, that is a terminator, we can understand. All together, now here, four types of tokens are existed. Overall, how many types of tokens are available here? 4 types of tokens are available. This is a clear-cut information here. We have to understand the meaning of lexeme and the meaning of what their tokens. All of you are okay now? All of you are understanding the points? Nothing, sir. It's not like any rocket science. Don't look Java in a big hole. Java is after all. But the thing is what there, we have to put concentration. Everything is possible at this particular time. Easily we can understand the points now. Nothing is there, right? What is the difficulty with these points? In the same way, we are going to understand each and every point here. But only the problem is what there, people mindset is a problem. Before come for the demo classes, somebody else may give a suggestion. Don't go for Java. Don't join for Java courses. No. If you go for Java courses, no, too much technical stuff is required. Too much knowledge on coding part is required. So then only we can survive. Otherwise, not possible for you to survive. If it is the case now, why people are learning Java? Why people are working with Java? Do you think about it? The Java developers are coming from some other planet. Nothing is there. Only the point is what? You are not having proper knowledge on Java. That's a problem. I can give one example, simple example with all of you know. Java is like mathematics, like mathematics. I'm not going to put a relation between these two. No. Of course, everything is related with mathematics only. That's a fundamental rule. But Java is like mathematics. If you take the mathematics, if you know the basic formulas, if you know the underlying concepts, mathematics is dead simple. Mathematics is dead simple. If you know that everything, every formula, logics, if you know. But if you don't know the formula, if you don't know the logics internally, mathematics is the toughest part for everybody. Because of this reason only, people may go for some non-mathematical backgrounds, non-mathematical domains. But there also mathematics is required, definitely. Everywhere mathematics is required. Similarly, in the case of Java, if you know how to write a program, if you know how to prepare a basic program, fundamental program, if you know the fundamentals in programming languages, not only Java, every programming language is very simple. From this level onwards, if you understand the concepts clearly, identifiers onwards, tokens onwards, if you know these basics clearly, writing Java program is nothing. Easily we can write the programs. Yeah, that's why I'm telling to you, don't look at the Java in a big hole. People may give different impressions about the Java. Don't go for that impressions here. But tune your mind, try to come for the class, try to understand what I'm telling to you, try to follow the concepts. Then easily we are able to understand the concepts. No need to worry for it. Java is nothing. The simplest programming language when compared with other programming languages is Java only. Trust me, I can give that more clarity about the Java. Whatever the way you required, you are expecting about Java, in that way I'm able to explain. That finally, I'll simplify the total Java. Right, let's move on to the point here. So the point is what there, lexemes and data types, lexemes and tokens that we understood clearly. Okay, fine. Now the point is what? To prepare Java applications, Java has provided the following list of tokens. What tokens that Java has provided here? Understand it now. First one is identifiers. First one is what there? Identifiers. Next one is what there? Literals. Second one is what there? Literals. After this literals, next one is keywords and reserved words. Keywords and reserved words. Lastly, operators. These are overall the concepts which are available inside the tokens. What are the topics which are available inside the tokens? These are the topics. First one is what their identifiers. Next one is what literals. Third one is keywords or reserved words. Next one is what their operators. These are overall like the types of tokens what we are getting clear. Sorry, the tokens list now. All right, sir. Out of all these things, first of all, we are going to start with like what their identifiers. What exactly the meaning of identifiers? What is the meaning of this identifier? What is available here inside this identifier? We are going to understand the points now. Right, sir. One simple example, all of you understand it now. For example, in the next month at my home, there is an occasion, sir. In the next month, there is an occasion at my home. I want to invite all of you. Yes, sir. Are you ready for it? Yeah, definitely. We'll plan for very good arrangements, especially very good food arrangements. Don't worry for it. All of you ready for it? But there is a condition. Gifts are acceptable. Minimum 10,000 rupee gifts are minimum. No problem. We are going to provide some QR codes there. We can scan it and we can send. All digital payments are allowed. No problem. Leave it. Now the thing is what there. I want to invite all of you for my occasion. So I may go for some different approaches of invitations. One side, one invitation, one type of invitation is what there. We have notice boards in outside. Just I'll put one invitation card in the notice board. They're all students, you're all invitable. Come to my home, then participate in my home ceremony. So then we require your wishes like this. Something else, I'm able to give some message. Well, I can give you one invitation card in the notice board. That is one approach. But some people are giving comments now. No, yeah, then you are giving a general message. No, we don't like it. Then we are expecting that individual invitation. We are expecting that individual invitation. If we do that, then only we will come there. If you have this kind of thought there, then I'm ready for it. I want to go for individual invitation. How I'm going to provide that individual invitation now? Right, definitely. I need to follow the standard process. What is that standard process there? First of all, I have to print some invitation cards. Invitation cards. Then I have to keep that invitation card in an envelope. Envelope covers I have to take. I have to take that invitation card inside this envelope. On the top of the envelope, what is available there? What is available there? Name. First one is what there? Name, mobile number, maybe address. These details may be available on the top of the envelope. There, in place of the name, I will come to you. I will ask to you, tell me what is your name. Why? Because don't think about it. Sir, why you are not going to remember my name in the sense? Not possible. The morning 7 to night 9 o'clock, I have a number of batches there. Not possible to remember. Myself is almost a big gazini. Only Java I can remember, right? Other things I'm not going to remember. Okay. All right, sir. Anyway, so I'll ask you then your name, then you may give your name there. In the name field, I'm able to give your name. Yes, sir, got it or not? Then after that, after giving that names there, I will distribute all the cards to all of you. Then you are going to attend for occasion. That's okay, fine. But here my required point is what? On the top of the envelope, you're having a field name. And that name field, I have written your name or not? What is that name actually? Identity for you. The name is what there? Identity. Say for example, I need to write your identity. What is in general identity for each and every person? Name is the in general identity. So I have to write your identity there. So all of you are sitting in front of me. If I want to call that persons individually, I need your identity or not? All right. In general, identity for each and every person is what there? A name. Through that name only I can access that each and every person. Similarly, in the programming, we are going to write number of variables. The number of programming elements I'm going to write. Number of variables, number of methods, number of classes, number of interfaces, number of enums, number of abstract classes, and so on and so on and so on. So many programming elements I'm going to write in our program. But when we have written these many programming elements, I need to access these programming elements or not. Writing elements is not sufficient. We have to use them. We have to access them. So if you want to access these programming elements, we need to have their identity. We need to have that elements identity. Without having elements identity, we are unable to access the elements. Is it all of you following my point or not? So there definitely what is required here, no? Elements identity is required. We need to have elements identity. Everybody understand my point clearly, no? All right, how we are going to have that identity, where the identity is nothing but what there? A name. Identity is nothing but what there? A name. For each and every programming element, we have to provide a particular name. Here, name is nothing but what? An identifier. Name for the programming elements is nothing but what there? An identifier. Now, I will give you a point here. Now, try to understand it clearly. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, comma, methods, comma, classes, comma, abstract classes, comma, interfaces, comma, enums, and so on and so on and so on. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, methods, classes, and so on and so on and so on, in order to access these elements in the applications, or in order to access these elements in the applications. For what purpose we are given name there? To access them only. In order to access these elements in our programming, we require what? Some identity for each and every element. That identity is nothing but what their identifier. All of you are getting clarity now? Are you understanding what is an identifier? Clear? What is an identifier? Now tell me. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, methods, classes, abstract classes, interfaces, enums, and so on. For what purpose there? In order to access these elements in the application. Clear? Listen. I'm asking one more question to all of you. Try to follow this. All of you are having your own identity in the form of your name. Am I right? Definitely, yeah. Everybody must have an identity. Everybody must have a name. Do you know what is the history behind your name? Definitely, every name has some history. Think about it. Do you know about it? What is the history behind your name? Are you aware about it? No? I can give some history. Now try to understand it. When you born, your parents might be noted the date of birth and the time of birth on a paper. Am I right or not? Date of birth and the time of birth. Maybe after 21st day or maybe some 45th day, maybe some occasion they will conduct naming ceremony, for example. Then they want to give a particular name to you. How they are able to give a particular name? How they are able to select your name? Parents might be go to some temple or maybe masjid or maybe like what their church. There pundits are available. They will ask to that pundits, my baby was born on this particular date on this particular time. Can you suggest a particular name for it? Immediately what that pundit is able to do? What he's going to do? He will do some calculation on air or not? What he has done, that's okay, leave it. It might be calculated something or not. Maybe numerically, astrologically, he might be calculated something or not. Finally, after completion of all the calculations, he will give a suggestion to you. What is the suggestion there? Your baby name must be started with the K. Your baby name must be started with the S. Your baby name must be started with the A. Like this, he is going to give some suggestions to you. Then immediately what our parents are doing now, they're coming back to the home, they will open their laptop, they will open the Google, good name started with the K. A list of names are coming. Yes, sir, got my point or not? But unfortunate thing is what there, even our parents have done this much of process to give a name now. After giving that name, they are going to provide some pet names, some nicknames now. They used to call with the nicknames only, not with original name. That's the problem. Yeah, nowadays how that nicknames are going on there. When they are calling some nickname there, we are unable to understand whether that other thing is maybe a dog or maybe a cat or maybe a person now. Going on like this, the pet names are nicknames now. But Original names are powerful, more powerful. But if you keep that original name in as usual in the regular habit, no, that will be good thing for the respective person. But unfortunately, people are not using that names. Original name may be something and pet name may be something. Nicknames are something. So whatever it may be, here my required point is what? You are getting your name not on flow. You are getting your name with some calculations only. As per some rules and regulations only, your parents have given a particular name to you. Clear or not? Similarly, in Java programming also, if you want to give names to the programming elements, if you want to define identifiers, a set of rules and regulations are available. As per that set of rules and regulations only, we have to provide identifiers. You should not provide identifiers on flow. In our own way also, we are not going to provide that identifiers. A set of rules and regulations are available. As per that set of rules and regulations only, we have to provide that names to our programming elements. Hello, forget my point or not? Now we are going to understand, being the developer, we have to understand what that exact set of rules and regulations we have to follow while giving identifiers in our programming elements. Right, understand it clearly. To define identifiers in the Java applications, Java has provided the following set of rules and regulations. Java has provided the following set of rules and regulations to give identifiers, to define identifiers in Java applications. What are the rules and regulations that Java is following here, that Java is having there? If we observe this point clearly, answer is very clear. Try to understand it. No, rule number one. All of you observe carefully. Almost all these rules and regulations are somewhat similar to our outside environment only. Just only we required what their common sense to map is a common sense related points only, not like any other content. Common sense in the sense, this minimum, which one is right, which one is wrong, that awareness is required. That is nothing but common sense. So maturity level, what I am telling them. Nothing else. Just we can map outside environment. Programming is nothing, sir. Programming is for the sake of representing outside world only. If you know the outside world, programming is nothing. Let's move on to the point here. Now, in general, check it now. If any of your name is started with any letter, sorry, if any of your name is started with any digit, with any number in general, our names are started with a digit. Is it possible in general? No, nobody name is started with no name is going to be started with what their digit. Same rule is available in the case of Java also. No. Now the point is what? All Java identifiers must not start with a number. All Java identifiers must not start with a number, comma. Every Java identifier, see here I'm telling the identifier in the sense, it may be variable name, it may be method name, it may be class name, it may be like interface name, it may be enum name, anything. Just it is a name for the programming element. Identifiers must not start with a name. Every Java identifier may start with an alphabet. May start with what there? An alphabet. Letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, like this. Letters. Alphabet. Maybe underscore symbol. Yes, it is possible. Underscore symbol. This point people are not aware in general. Everybody they are thinking about it. Identifiers may start with directly alphabet. Not only alphabet. Underscore symbol is also possible. Next one is, apart from this, dollar symbol. Dollar symbol also we can use. Dollar symbol. Dollar symbol. Every Java identifier may start with an alphabet or underscore symbol or a dollar symbol, but not with what there a number. But the subsequent symbols, may be a number. Maybe a number. Subsequent symbols may be a number, comma, an alphabet, comma, underscore symbol, comma, then what next one here? Dollar symbol. Please read out this first rule here. No, what is the first rule here I provided here? All Java identifiers must not start with a number. Every Java identifier may start with an alphabet, underscore symbol, dollar symbol. But the subsequent symbols here, what is the meaning of subsequent symbols? No. Say for example, multiple words are available in my identifier. Multiple words. First word, first symbol must not be a number. It may be an alphabet, it may be underscore symbol, it may be dollar symbol. But the remaining words may start with a number. Except the first word, first symbol, remaining symbols may be a number, maybe underscore symbol, maybe dollar symbol, maybe an alphabet, that doesn't matter. But first word, first symbol must not be a number. The very first symbol must not be a number. In all remaining things, we can write anything out of all this. Examples we are going to understand. Alright, so this is the rule here I given there. Now observe carefully. Inside these examples, I'm telling to you, inside this, int ENO is equal to 111. Int ENO is equal to 111. Int 9 ENO is equal to 222 or maybe 999 for example. Next one is string underscore ename is equal to Durga. String underscore ename is equal to Durga. Next one is float ESAL, dollar ESAL, float dollar ESAL is equal to 50,000.0 F. Float dollar ESAL is equal to 50,000.0 F semicolon. Next one is after that string EMP9 ID. EMP9 ID. Now here we have to provide like what there E-999. For example. Next one is float ESAL in dollar is equal to now 25,000.0 F semicolon. ESAL in dollar. Yes, of course we can use like this. Now it should be like what there a float variable. F should be small as a data type basically. Got it or not? Next one is what there string EMP-ADDR is equal to hide await. In the form of only variables, I have taken these examples. We can apply the same rule for methods. We can apply the same rule for what their classes, and every programming element we can apply the same rule. But for your understanding purpose, I have taken in the form of like what their variables now. Is it all of you are getting clarity or not? Right. Now understand it clearly. First one is what, sir? Now tell me. If we take the first one, int ENO is equal to 111. So purely, this is an identifier actually. That ENO is the name actually. This ENO name contains only alphabets or not? Now tell me, is it valid or invalid? No. Definitely, this is what they're valid. This is valid case. Next one is after that. After this, int 9 ENO is equal to 999. Int 9 ENO is equal to 999. This is invalid. Why, sir? Why it is invalid actually? Identifier is started with what there? A number. So this is invalid. Next one is a string underscore e name. String underscore e name. Valid or invalid? No. Come on guys. Valid or invalid? No. This is valid only. Why? Because identifiers may start with underscore symbols. It is possible. Next one is after that float dollar ESAL is equal to 50,000.0 F. Now started with the dollar. ESAL is an identifier. Dollar ESAL is an identifier. So started with a dollar. Valid or invalid? No. Yes, of course. Now this is valid. Next one is what there? String EMP9 ID. EMP9 ID. What is it? EMP9 ID. In the middle we have used the digit now. The middle is possible or not? The digit in the middle is possible or not? Yes, of course we can use that number in the middle here. So it's possible. So that is what there a valid. Next one is after that. All of you understand it clearly. Float ESAL in a dollar is equal to 25,000.0 F. 25,000.0 F. Float ESAL in a dollar that we provided. Then what is the status of it now? Is it valid or invalid here? If we take this point, now this is like what I'm telling to you, it's a valid. Why? Because started with an alphabet, in the middle we have used, at the end we have used what the dollar. Of course, dollar we can use at any location inside the identifier. We don't have any conditions over the dollar. Dollar we can use at any location inside our content, you know. It's a valid part. Next one is string emp addr is equal to hide await. String emp addr is equal to hide await. Then what is the status of this one? Then its status is like what I'm telling to you. This is also be valid. Why? Because emp underscore, for example, I forgot it, underscore symbol we can use even in the middle, no problem here. So hide await emp underscore addr is equal to hide await, then this is valid. So these are overall valid cases and invalid cases. Only one case is invalid, sir. Identifiers must not be started with what? A number. That's it. That's clear to all of you? All of you are following these points clearly? All of you are getting clarity on it? Can I move forward? Next point here. Right. Points are very, very simple. Then try to understand it. No need to take any burden. No need to get any confusion. Very, very simple, straightforward points only here. I'm telling to you. Try to put more concentration. All of you know. All right, sir. Then next one is after this, the second rule here. identifies Identifiers must not allow, identifiers are not allowing, or identifiers must not allow spaces in the middle. Inside the identifier, spaces are not possible. Yeah, this is a common mistake what people are doing, sir. Why? Because we are very much habituated with English language. Am I right or not? In English language, what we are doing there? For example, if I asked you, try to write a employee number. For example, if I asked you, try to write the total message like what their employee number. If I asked you, what you are going to write about this employee number? As per the English rules and regulations, employee space, what next one here? No, number. Right or not? Now, in this way, we are going to write our content. That is our in general habituation. Yes, sir. Following it or not? But Java is a programming language. Java is the programming language. That programming language, the programs must be executed by a machine, not by human being. If it is a human being, we can understand the context, we can understand the word. But a machine must execute the program. It must have a set of rules and regulations to execute the program. The program must be in a set of rules and regulations. Right, where one of the rule is what there, identifiers must not allow spaces in the middle. We must not provide spaces, even if we have multiple words. Even though if we have multiple words in our content, even though if we have multiple words in our single identifier, must not provide space. We must provide all the words in an attached manner. We have to provide all the words in a side by side without having spaces. That is the point here I'm telling you. Let's see this one here. Examples here I'm telling to you. For example, now inside this, concat is a method, sir. Concat is what there? A method. All right, this is one thing. Next one is what there? For name is also a method. For name. For space name. Next one is get emp addr, or maybe get input stream. A method is available. Same thing if I write now, get input then stream. This is in general, people are doing the mistakes now. Of course, in our first program also, you are going to do the same mistake. Definitely, I'm going to ask a question to you. Write your first program to display welcome to Durgasoft. In general, system.out.println we have to write. There, what people are doing there, system space dot out space dot println. Like this, we are going to write. Spaces are not allowed. All right. Now here we can identify clearly. This is what there. It is valid. No problem. In this case, is a single word without having any spaces. We provided the single word. Next one is a for name. In the name for name, how many words are available? 2 words are available. Am I right or not? How many words are available here? No, 2 words are available. Have you provided any space here in between these 2 words? No, no space is available. Now tell me, valid or invalid? No, still it is valid. Now if we take the same example for name, after the for we provided space. For a space name we provided. For a space name we provided. Then what is the status of this one? Is it valid or invalid? No. Come on, valid or invalid? No. It is invalid. This is what there? Invalid. Understand it clearly. This is invalid. Next one is get a input stream. What next one here? Get a input stream. Now tell me what is the status of it? Valid or invalid? No. Get the input stream. Now no spaces in the middle. So this is like what there? Valid. Next one is what there? After this, no. Get a input stream. Get a space. Input space. Stream we provided. What about this one? Valid or invalid here? No. Right, sir. Now this is exactly what I am telling to you. Invalid. This is another rule here we have to follow. Sir, all these are fundamentals or not? All these rules and regulations are very, very basic rules and regulations or not? All right, sir. Now understand the point here, what I am telling to you. Identifiers must not allow spaces in the middle. Concat valid, for name valid, for a space name invalid. Why? Because space we provided. Get input stream valid, get a space, input space stream is what there? Invalid. So this is another rule here we have to follow. All right, next rule is a somewhat difficult. Next rule is available, but it is a somewhat difficult. But I'm thinking about it, how much you are going to understand this rule. All of you ready to understand it? There's a challenge. In general, in my every batch, on a first attempt, people are not understanding this rule. But I want to simplify the total process, but your attention is also required about to understand this particular rule. All of you are okay with this? All of you are okay with this? Or else do you think about the tomorrow's movie? Yeah? Are you thinking about the tomorrow Prabhas movie? I think tomorrow there are two movies, I think so, right? Prabhas movie and Shah Rukh Khan movie, no? Who will win in the game? We will check it. Both the players, right? Good players only in the game. What about your expectations? No, no. Salar, or that another monkey, another movie, Damki, right? Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan movie. Shah Rukh Khan is very good actor, right? Then last movie, what was the last movie there? Jawan. It's a super hit movie, right? Then before that, one more movie. What is it? What is it? Yeah, Patan. That is also a very good movie. But this time we have to check it. What is the status of it? But Salar, in the sense, Prabhas have beat it down in the last previous movies. If you take now, all right, sir. Definitely, I hope so. Then both the movies are going to win the game. Let us check it. How the movies are going to be available. Moreover, in the case of Salar movie, people are having good expectations on Prabhas, no. But apart from that, people are having very good expectations on the director. Prashant Nil, right, is the director for it. Then people are having hopes on director, not on Prabhas. Am I right or not? In reality, if you think about it, as we have seen the status of the last few movies there, people are not having much expectations on Prabhas. Prabhas anyway is a good hero. That's a different story. But people are having heavy expectations on the director. Really, I'm telling that I have very good hopes on the drama and the movies. Sir. Then Adi Purishna, that movie was. Then I had very good hopes on it. I thought in a different world. But when I go there, then I lost my total sense there. Then inside the movie, then it's look like what there is an animation kind of movie. So I'm not getting good feel about that movie. Expectations are different, but reality is different. That reality is not up to the expectation. That's the problem. Okay, fine. Let's hope that both the movies are going to win in the total process here. Let's move on to the next point here. Everybody must put more concentration. It's a matter of 20 minutes, no? 15 minutes of topic is available here. Now try to put more concentration. What is the rule here I'm telling to you? I'll simplify. Don't worry. Each and every point I will give clarity. Put more concentration. All right, sir. Identifiers must not be duplicated in the same scope, but identifiers must be duplicated in the two different scopes. Even though you are not aware about Java, just follow my statements. You will understand easily. Nothing is there, just only one simple point. Identifiers must not be duplicated within the same scope. In the same scope, but identifiers may be duplicated. Identifiers may be. not mandatory. Identifiers may be duplicated in two different scopes. So before going to understand identifiers are duplicated or non-duplicated, not duplicated in the same scope or in different scopes. So before all these things, first of all, how many types of scopes are available in Java? What are the two scopes? What are the two scopes here we are having inside the Java? That we have to understand first. After that, we are going to understand how they are going to be duplicated. Right, sir. Scopes in the sense, I'm not talking about public, protected, default, private. I'm not talking about public, protected, default, private. I'm talking about like what are there? Two types of scopes, local and class level. Of course, we are expecting global. That word is not available in Java. Global word is not existed in Java. Just leave it. Local scope, class level scope. That's it. Only two scopes are available. What are the two scopes? No, local, class level. Let's understand it clearly. Simple, very simple example. Class A. What's that? Class A. Inside this void M1 method. This is M1 method. Nothing is there. Just try to understand it clearly. Class A void M1 method. Right, sir? Now observe carefully. If I declare any variable, okay, before that, one more point. Void M2 method. I'm going to take one more method for the sake of your clarity purpose. Two methods can I take. Now tell me, what is the name of the class now? A. Inside the class, how many methods are available? Two methods are available. What are the two methods now? M1 and M2. Clear. Now here, I'm going to declare a variable into I is equal to 10, for example. What is that variable? Into I is equal to 10. If I declare any variable inside the class, in outside of all methods, inside the class, in outside of all methods, that variable is called class level variable. Again, I'm telling there, some people are saying it is a global variable, but strictly speaking, the word global is not available in Java. The word global is not available in Java. Please remember this point. That word is not available in Java. Global, not existed. Okay. If we declare a variable inside a class, in outside of all these methods, then that variable is called as what there? Class level variable. Then what is the speciality of this class level variable now? That a class level variables will have scope in each and every method of that class. We can access that class level variable at each and every method of that class. So I'm telling to you, system.out.println of I, we can access it. Means that I'm trying to display the value of I. By using system.out.println, I'm going to display the value of I. System.out.println of I. We can use it here inside the M1 method. Same instruction we can write inside like what there? M2 method also we can write it. Yes, sir, got it or not? Now check this one. I variable is what variable now? Class level variable. Am I right or not? I variable is what there? Class level variable. That variable will have scope in all methods of the class A. How many methods I have taken in class A? Two methods I have taken. What are the two methods I have taken here now? M1 and M2 method. So I can access the type variable in both M1 and M2 as per our requirement, as it is possible. Yes, sir, got it or not? Right, sir. Now understand it clearly. Next one. I want to declare a variable inside M1 method. Int x is equal to 20, for example. What is that variable here? Int x is equal to 20. For example, I declared this. Now tell me, x variable I declared inside what method? M1 method. This is a local variable. This local variable will have scope up to this M1 method. It is not visible in outside of M1 method. Up to this M1 method only, this local variable will have the scope. If you declare any variable inside the method, inside a method, that variable is called as what there? local variable. It will have scope up to like what there M1 method only. It will not have scope. It will not have scope in outside of the M1 method. Even inside M2 method also, that M1, that X variable is not having scope. Right, now I am telling to you clearly, inside this M1 method, I can write it system dot out dot println of X. I want to provide valid or invalid now. Yes, now here I'm telling to you here I variable value is 10 and here X variable value is what there 20. We are able to get it. Now here also I variable value is what there 10. We are getting output. Now tell me at the same time, can I write the instruction like this system dot out dot println of X here? Is it possible to write that system dot out dot println of X here inside this M2 method? No, not possible. Why it is not possible? No. So there's a simple story. In a house, for example, in a house, there is a veranda inside this house. There are two rooms. If we keep a candle in room one, if we close the total room there, is it possible to get the light in outside of that room one? But if we keep a candle in veranda, automatically that light will come to all the rooms or not? Understand my point here now? If we keep a candle inside room one, that a light is visible up to that particular room only, not visible to second room even. But if we keep a candle in a veranda, automatically that light will come to both the rooms or not? Understand the point here what I'm telling? In this way we can assume the concept. So class level variable will have scope to all the methods, but local variable will have scope up to the respective method, up to a particular method. That's it. Now the point is what? X variable is a local variable. It is possible up to this M1 method. It is visible up to this M1 method. It will have scope up to M1 method. It is not visible in outside of the M1 method. But we are trying to access the X variable in outside of M1 method or not. So here we are going to get like what there error. Here we are able to get what there error. All of you are getting it or not? Okay, fine, good. Now understand this clearly again now. For example, int y is equal to 30. I have taken it. Now tell me, sir, where I declared this y variable? Where I declared this y variable inside this M2 method or not? Right, sir. 1 minute. Just give a minute of time. Okay, 1 minute. Right. Now coming to this point here. Here y variable I declared inside what method? M2 method. Am I right or not? So the point is what? I want to access that system dot out dot println of y. Possible or not possible? Within the same method I declared this y variable. Then what is that output here? We are able to get no output values. What is there? 30 here we are able to get. The same y I want to access inside this M1 method. Is it possible or not? Inside this system dot out, inside this M1 method, system dot out dot println of y. If I provide this, what we are able to get? No error. Definitely here we are able to get what there error. Why we are getting error here? Y variable is local to M2 method. It is visible up to this M2 method. It will have scope up to M1 method. It is not available in outside of M2 method. But we are trying to access y variable inside this M1 method. That's why here we are getting compilation error. Has it got or not? Now tell me. I'm going to ask a question to you now. Try to answer for it. What is the difference between class level variable and a local variable? Class level variable will be declared in outside of all methods and inside the class. It will have scope in all methods of the respective class. In any method, we can access that class level variable comfortably without having any restrictions. But what is this local variable? Now tell me. If we declare a variable inside a method, then that variable is what? Local variable. That local variable will have scope up to what? Up to the respective method only. It is not visible in outside of the respective method. Got it or not? If we access that variable in outside of the same method, in some other method, there we are able to get what there? Compilation error. There we are able to get what there? Error. Now tell me, two types of scopes you understood or not? What are the two types of scopes? No, local scope and a class level scope. Local scope is up to a particular method, but class level scope is what there throughout the class. Class level scope is what there throughout the class. Got it or not? Now the point is what is the point here we are discussing there? Ident device must not be duplicated must not be duplicated in the same scope, but identifiers may be duplicated in two different scopes. Now let me talk about one example. Now I'm going to talk about this example with respect to the duplication of the identifiers. Duplication of the identifiers I'm going to talk, but more concentration. Now the required ground preparation is completed. Now actual point I'm going to talk with you now. Your fundamental ground preparation I completed now. You understood very well about the scopes now. Now I'm going to talk about our actual point here. Now understand it clearly. Class, for example, class A. Class A. Inside this class A, what I'm telling now, as usual, I'm going to take void M1 method. Void M1 method. All right, sir. All of you observe carefully. Now here, inside the class A, int I is equal to 10. I declared it. Yes, sir. I variable is of what type? No, integer. Int I is equal to 10. I declared it. Now tell me, this is under which scope? No, class level scope or local scope? Class level scope. No. Observe carefully here itself. No, long I is equal to 20. Long I is equal to 20 means that already I variable is declared with integer type. Am I right or not? But now what we are trying to do now? We are trying to declare I variable with a long type. Is it not duplication of the identifier? That I variable is duplicated or not? Moreover, the duplication we have done within the same scope or not? The duplication we provided in the same class level scope or not? Now here we are able to get like what their error. This is invalid, but first one is valid. This is invalid. Clear to all of you know? All right. Now similarly, put more concentration. All of you know, int j is equal to 20. Now j variable is declared inside which one? Inside M1 method. That means in which scope? No, local scope. The j variable is declared in which scope? No, local scope. Put more concentration. All of you know. Now here I want to declare byte j is equal to 30. Within the same local scope, again j variable is duplicated or not? This is not allowed. This duplication is not allowed. There we are able to get what their error we are getting. Understand it? What I am telling you now. I variable is declared inside the class level scope that you should not duplicate. But if you duplicate it at class level zone, then we are able to get what their error. J variable will be declared inside M1 method. It's a local scope. Within the same local scope, local scope, you should not duplicate J variable again. If you do that, there we are able to get error. Follow it. Almost all we are understanding the point again. Last point, last bit is remaining. Now try to understand it now. For example, I variable I declared at which level? Class level. For example, I want to provide float I is equal to 22.22f. Valid or invalid? No. Initially I variable is declared at which scope? No, class level scope. Later I variable I'm trying to duplicate in which scope? No, local scope. Duplication is possible or not possible? As per the rule, as it is possible, as it is possible. Now here in this case no compilation error. Here we are not going to get compilation error. Why we are not getting compilation error? What is the reason for it? No, I variable is duplicated but not in the same scope. But in what scope? There different scope. Initial I variable is declared in class level scope. Now I'm trying to declare I variable again in what scope? No, local scope here. Both are available in two different scopes or not? Observe carefully. Okay, right. Observe carefully. J variable is declared inside M1 method. Am I right or not? But here what I'm trying to do there, observe carefully. Double J is equal to 33.333 semicolon. That's it. That's possible or not possible? Initially we provided J variable inside what there? M1 method. That is under local scope. But we are trying to declare the J variable in which at which level? No, outside of this M1 method. Am I right or not? Inside the class. That means class level. Initially we declared in local, but now we are duplicating what there at a class level here. Possible or not possible? Yes, possible. There we are not going to get any what there compilation error. No compilation error here. We are able to get it. That's it. That's my point here. What I am telling to you. Tell me, Java is simple or difficult? Java is simple or difficult? Yeah, only the point you are not previously you are not having awareness on it. Now you had clarity. What is local scope? What is class level scope? Then where we are able to duplicate it, where we are unable to duplicate it. If you know all these points now, writing Java program is nothing. That's why I said to you, it's like what mathematical subject. If you know the formula, simple. If you don't know the formula, not even understanding the total content. Simple. If you know this rule, in the future, throughout our Java life, whenever we are getting identified duplication error, there easily we can resolve it. Easily we can resolve this error now. Why? Because whenever we are identifying duplicate variable in the same scope, then we are able to get an error. Whenever we are getting error no, easily we can resolve it. Then what we are going to do in the duplicate no, just we can remove the duplicate. Duplicate identifier we can remove, or else we may change the name of that variable. Say for example, here if I identify this error here, in this case no, what is the solution we are able to have there? In place of y, I'm going to provide what there? Some x variable. That's finished. Solution will come. But first of all, if you want to provide that solution there, first we have to understand what is that error no? For what purpose that error is coming, we have to understand it or not. Yeah, that's the way of learning Java. See, then see, even though if James Gosling is writing that program, first program, he also be having a number of errors. But getting errors is not a crime. Getting errors in our program is not a crime. But without correcting the errors, executing Java program is a crime. Everybody will get errors. Even myself also I'm getting errors. Even I had this much of experience. In some applications, whenever I'm writing the programs there, definitely I'm able to get some errors now. But the point is what? By seeing that errors, I'm not running away from the system. I have to take it as a challenge. I have to correct the errors, then I have to get output. Try and try until you are getting output. Finish there, we are able to fix the concept in your mind. Throughout your life, if you are getting the type of errors, no, we are going to correct it. One more thing I'm telling there. In Java, there is a simple process. 50% of the subject we are going to learn from errors only. Original, first 50% of the subject we are going to understand from the classes. Remaining 50% of the subject we are going to understand from the errors only. Really, I'm telling there. If you write a program, if you have more number of errors, feel happy for it. Why? Because we are going to learn that much of knowledge. By seeing that many number of errors, don't far away from your system. Sit there, try to resolve one by one clearly. After resolving 10 number of errors, if you are getting output no, then the tick is different totally. That confidence level is different. Next attempt, you will finish the program on immediately without having any error. Yeah, this is a magic inside the Java. If you follow this principle, nothing. Java is very simple. Nothing is there inside the Java. Everybody will get errors. But the person, those who are sitting on the top of the system to correct the errors to get output, no, that person is a successful person inside the Java. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Okay, just at the beginning stage, don't worry for it. I'll prepare you to understand each and every point. After that, we are going to be prepare our own projects in our own way. After that, we are able to get 100% clarity, 100% confidence on this Java. No need to think much about it. Okay, right, sir. Just I've given this point here. Today, what exactly the content here I've given there. Just I started with what there language fundamentals topic I've started there. Just I've given some introduction part. The number of fundamental units like tokens, data types, typecasting, Java statements, arrays, where tokens we started, lexema given definition. Next one is a token I've given definition. After completion of this, types of tokens are given there. 4 types of tokens are available. Then identifiers we started. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, methods, classes, interfaces, and so on. In order to access these elements in Java applications. Next one is what there. To define identifiers in Java, a set of rules and regulations here we have to follow. Rule number 1, all identifiers must not be started with a number. It may start with an alphabet, underscore symbol, or dollar symbol, but the subsequent symbols may be a number, maybe underscore symbol, maybe alphabet, or maybe dollar. Next one is identifiers must not allow spaces in the middle. Spaces are not provided, must not provide here. Identifiers must not be duplicated within the same scope, but identifiers may be duplicated in the 2 different scopes. That point only we are understanding, but concept wise are given clarity, but few hints I need to provide here. In the next class, I'm able to provide that remaining content clearly. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Okay, sir. Now I want to stop this session today. Then tomorrow I'm going to take the remaining part here. Tomorrow we'll continue the remaining content, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, then Pooja Kumari, what is the problem you are asking to me? Yeah, that introduction classes, otherwise I will take it some other time, Pooja Kumari. Don't worry for it. I will take that introduction classes some other time. No need to worry for it. Okay. Yeah, don't worry for it. I will take that at some other time, introduction classes. I'll give that intimation to you. Then at least that videos I'm able to provide to you. Don't worry for it. Yeah, just we can text it. We can type the question in our questions box so that I can course visa and timings and date of start. Already started, guys. Guys, then if you are expecting that content here, just introduction class are completed. That introduction class I will take back up there. And then admission process, just you can contact with this number. Then where Nagendra is a person there, take this number and to this number you can call there. I like, yeah, just one time talk with our admin people, then they will give more clarity on it. Okay, regarding this admission process. Introduction part, I will take it again, guys. Then I will give that schedule to you so that we are able to attend that introduction classes. Okay, as number of people are attending now, that's why then we can text the content. Yeah, Karthik, that they're the official names, then their internal content is also very same. Don't worry for it. I'll give that names to you. Yeah, then Dhananjay, then we can type your questions even in the middle of the class also. Then I can read it continuously. I'm watching your questions box, so we can send that questions to me so that I can give answers immediately. Yeah, in the course, in the automatically I'm able to give that answers to you immediately. Okay, no need to neglect for it. Then directly we can type it. Then as per the possibility, immediately I'm able to give answers for it. Okay, right. So okay, guys. Then thank you. Then I'll meet on tomorrow, right? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Yeah, power, Ankush. So gap is okay, but you have to keep some experience now. Not as a fresher, maybe 3 to 4 years of experience minimum we have to keep in our resume. Then only it's possible power. Yeah, then we have to give some reasons also why you're having this much of gap there. 10 years of gap is okay, but last 3 to 4 years of time we have to keep some experience. Yeah, up to that level you're going to understand in our classes. Okay, don't worry. Thank you. Anything else, guys? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Last question, please. Yeah, and then timing for it fixed maximum, but any half an hour changes maybe it's going to be happen in the future if you want to change maybe half an hour before or half an hour later, but I will do that. But at present, these are the timings fixed here. Sorry, you have started advanced Java or other classes now? No. Yeah, Lakshmi, then Lakshmi Allo, then definitely I'm going to take up to the total Java stream. Core Java, Advanced Java, Hibernate, Spring, Spring Boot, microservices, and web service. After that, I will take the classes. Remaining classes, the other faculty members will take the classes. Okay. Yeah, Lakshmi. Okay. Yeah. Guys, then have some other class. Then shall we meet on tomorrow? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll put some time for you then to resolve your questions here. Don't worry for it. I can send some time for you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.